Welcome everybody to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us by hitting that subscription button. It's totally free, and also hitting the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads that I come up with. I want to mention that up top there's 3 little buttons right on the corner, on the right hand corner for most of you. For some of you it's in your settings. I do have a link to the video below in the description box to teach you if you're not understanding how I'm explaining to slow down the video. You can click there. It's a 2-minute video. Very simple. It's just a click away. You can slow down the video by clicking the 3 little buttons up top and slow down to the speed you would like. Also right next to it, there's the letter CC. You can turn that on, and that will be for closed caption. All the stitching, everything that I mention and say will be written down here. You can pause, stop the video, take notes, and it will help you to understand the pattern. I don't write patterns. I get asked a lot about it, and for those reasons, I ask of you to slow down the video. I know sometimes I'm a little bit too fast for these recordings, and I apologize for that. It's just I get on my own bubble. This is all new to me also, so it's just a question of getting practice at recording, which I'm not fully used to yet. I'm getting comfortable at this point. So I want to thank every single one of you that have been from the start with me, have commented, shared, have tagged me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your lovely, wonderful comments. Thank you again so much to every single one of you. Also for the people that came through, the women that came through with donations, and also some donations for the women in need of thread. Thank you so much. Some of you have shipped it yourselves. Gratitude all the way. And some of you have donated into my PayPal account and into the super thanks that's below the video. It has a $ symbol on it. Thank you so much to everyone that has participated in trying to help out one way or another. Okay, so we are going to get started. Any questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment below. You could always get a hold of me if you're stuck with some project, like some of you do, to message me through Instagram. I do have a Facebook group, private group, because there's a lot of scammers and fraud into the crochet groups now, so you have to be careful. Don't open links that say cut or bit on it. Those are fraud scammers. Be careful, people. They steal people's identity and pictures, and they post there with those links pretending that it's them. So stay away from that, or report them in as spam. That's what I usually do. For those reasons, my group is private. You're more than welcome to join us in our group. Beautiful group of people we have there. We're one growing family. You can just request, and I'm sure one of the monitors will respond to you ASAP. I also do have the crochet page. You can follow that there too, or my Instagram or TikTok. So there's so many ways you can get a hold of me. My email is below also. So anything that you're stuck with, feel free to ask. Or suggestions, remembering that I am in Europe. My time frame could be different than yours. Sometimes I will have to take a few hours before I answer you because I must be sleeping. It's overnight, and it must be morning for you in your country. Okay, so we're going to get started, everyone, and I bless you, I hug you, and please keep your optimism always up and high, and never think that you cannot do this pattern. We are not born learned. We are born to learn. Okay, you can do all things as long as you persist, be patient with yourself, and just continue on. Anyone can create anything they want. Okay, let's get started, everyone. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome newcomers. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are going to like the extension version to this doily that I've been creating. For me, I think it's gorgeous. I hope you think so too. Like I mentioned on the tutorial, when I did this part, you can leave it as is if you'd like. You don't need to add anything else to it. I am going to add my 3D flowers. The good thing about these 3D flowers is that they're not too high. As you can see, they're pretty flat. So it's still 3D, but not as high of the 3Ds flowers, right, that I usually make. So I'm going to alternate them, one with the multicolored and one just with the burgundy red. And this is going to be very simple. There's also a small technique in order to add them on and not cut the thread. So you might pay attention to that. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And share if you can. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel quite a lot. Helps to grow, obviously. Hit that bell notification. I also want to give a big shout out to Miss Nancy McDonald. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your donation. That was so kind of you unexpectedly. Thank you. I am grateful. May God bless you a million times more back. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to use my white to continue on. And this is going to be very simple. So I'm going to do the slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in on my flower and I'm going to work a shell. So I'm going to do a single where we have the 3 chains from the leaves. You will need 20 flowers for this project, people, just a reminder. So the best thing is create the flowers first, and then you're ready once you're done this to start attaching them. So single and 2 chain, that would equal a double crochet. I'm going to create 2 more double crochets, trying to hide my thread here at the same time as I go. So I have 2 double crochets, 3, 2 chain. I'm going to create another 3 double crochets. So we're going to have a shell of 3 double crochets, 2 chain space, and 3 more double crochets. I'm going to do 1 chain right in between the 7 chain leaf, right in the center. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a single, 1 chain again. I'm coming into the space of the 3 chain between the leaves and creating my shell again. I'm going to repeat this 4 times, so I'm going to create 4 shells before I start attaching. So 3 double crochet, 2 chain, come back in, 3 more double crochet, and again 1 chain. You're going to come in the center of the 7 chain leaf into the bottom and do a single and 1 chain again. Come back where you have your 3 chain from the leaf and create your shell. So like I said, I'm going to repeat this 4 times. So I'm going to create 4 shells before I start attaching into the pattern. Okay, so far we have 3. I'm going to do 1 more. Just want to move this out of the way so it doesn't lose too much focus of the coloring. Okay, so I have 3 shell. I'm going to create 1 more. So now we're going to continue to do that 1 chain, come in between the leaf with a single on the 7 chain leaf, which is the middle one, 1 chain again. And I'm coming in where I have the 3 chain between the leaves and create my 4th shell. 3 double crochets, 2 chain, and 3 more double crochets. Of course, you can use whatever color, whatever size of thread. It's up to you how big or how small you would like this centerpiece, or just as a doily. So now I have my 4 shells. Okay, now I'm going to do 1 chain, and I'm still going to come back in the next one with a single, which is in the middle of the middle leaf, the 7 chain leaf. We have 2 leaves of 5 chain and 1 of 7. 1 chain again. I'm coming in and I'm only doing 3 double crochet, just like that. So now we have the 4 shells and I have 3 double crochet. So I'm going to start attaching. This is for not cutting thread each time we need to add flowers. We're going to continue to work by hair. It's the easiest way ever. So in the center of the middle here, we have 3 singles that we did. Right on the middle one, I'm going to do a single, and then I'm going to continue 1 chain and continue to do my shell. Okay, 1 chain. I'm going to come into the center of the next leaf again, single, 1 chain, and I'm going to do again my shell, just 3 double crochets because we're going to attach again. So I have my 3 double crochets. Okay, now I'm going to attach right in between the motifs here with a single. I'm going to do 1 chain again. I'm going to come back and do my 3 double crochets. So now we have 2 attachments. Okay, 1 chain, coming into the center of the leaf with a single, and this saves you a lot of time from cutting threads and restarting again. 1 chain again, I'm going to attach it again, so I'm going to do my shell, but I'm going to do 3 double crochets, and I'm going to attach it on the other single on the center of this motif there. So you have 1, 2, and 3 right in the middle one. That's why we did 3 with a single. Come back in and do your 3 double crochets to complete your shell. So now we've attached it in 3 places, on the motif, in between the motif, and on the motif again. I'm going to do 1 chain, come back in. Now we're going to attach to another flower without cutting the thread. 1 chain again. The only difference is we're only going to do 3 double crochets. We'll complete the shell once we finish attaching all the flowers all the way around. So I've done 1 double crochet, 2, and 3 double crochet. Okay, so this is going to be like that. I'm going to grab my next flower and I'm going to come in and do right where we have the 3 chains, create also 3 double crochet here. You see what I've just done? We don't need to cut anything. We're just going to continue to attach. I'm going to do 1 chain only, and I'm going to come in between the leaf and do a single, 1 chain again, and I'm going to come and create my shell, but I'm going to attach it to the centerpiece. So I only need 3 double crochets. 1 chain. I'm coming back in to the center of the 2 motifs on the centerpiece. So I'll just show you so you no, sorry, made a mistake. I'm going to come back in. We'll do that on the next shell. Oh, sometimes I'm telling you people. Okay, 1 chain. I'm coming in the same space as where we had that shell attachment. I'll show you in a second. So we attach it with a single, 1 chain. Come back in and create your shell. Okay, So we've attached it on the same space. So we have 3 on this side, 3 on that. Once we finish attaching all the flowers, when we're coming back, then we're going to close up the rest of what we need to do there. So now we're going to do 1 chain again. Come into the center of the leaf. Single, 1 chain again. Where we have the 3 chains from the leaf, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Now we're going to attach 1 chain. We're going to attach in the center of the space. Coming in, do our attachment. You can see with a single, 1 chain, complete your shell. One chain, come into the center of the leaf. 1 chain, do your 3 double crochets. Show you in a second. So now we're going to attach the next leaf, not leaf, flower. So we're only going to do 3 double crochets. So you attach 1, 2, 3. No, we still have to attach on this one, sorry. So we did 3 double crochet, 1 chain, almost forgot, Jesus, right? Get it together, Maggie. Single. We have to attach it in 4 places before you attach the next flower. So the next flower will be attached on the 5th place, I believe, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next flower will be attached there. So again, 1 chain, coming into the center, single, 1 chain. And now we only do 3 double crochets. Hope I'm not going to knock my camera down because I'm with a mobile in front of my face, kind of hard to see. 1 chain. Now I'm going to take the other flower again, and I'm alternating the colors. So I'm going to come in where I have the chains. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets, just like that. Only the first one we completed it, because once we come around, we're going to come around, we're going to finish it up this way. Okay, now we're going to do 1 chain, come inside of the center here of the leaf, 1 chain. We don't want it to be too wide. That looks like a double crochet, right? Tighten that up a little bit more. So 1 chain into the leaf. Now we're going to start to create again those shells. So 3 double crochet, 1 chain. I'm going to come back in same space as I have the other flower attached already. 1 chain, and then come back and complete your shell. One chain, do your single between the leaf, 1 chain, do your 3 double crochets. So you know that we have 4 attachments before we do the next flower. So we've attached 3 3 here, and now we're going to attach in between the motifs. 1 chain, create the 3 double crochets, 1 chain, your single, 1 chain, into the chain of the 3 chain from the leaf, 1. My hands keep slipping. I can't see anything with the camera in front of my face. Oh my goodness. So 3. Now we've attached 1, 2, 3, going into the 4th, was in the middle of the single, the 3 singles we have here on the motif. 1 chain, very simple. If you need to rewind, put your video slow, then go ahead. 1 chain, come back in. So now we have the 4 attachments. Now you know your 5th one is the flower, right? We have 1, 2 on the same space, 3 and 4. One chain, come in, do your 3 double crochets only. One chain, and you come in and do 3 double crochets only again on the 3 chain. One chain, single between the leaf, 1 chain, and now we start to attach again into the pattern. So we're going to attach it where we have in the center. 1 chain, and it continues on like that. 1 chain all the way around with your flowers. Three, 1 chain, come back in, 1 chain, and again 3 double crochet, and into the center of the motif, single, three double crochet, 1 chain, into the center with a single, 1 chain, and again 3 double crochet. So you know we have 1, 2, 3. That means we have to attach it there. Always attach 4. Only on your 5th one that we attach the flower. Did I do 1 chain? I don't think so. So we'll just do that again. 1 chain, and again 1 chain, and complete your shell. 3 double crochets, 1 chain, come in, and now you're ready to do your 3 double crochets and add the next flower exactly like here. So you're going to continue to do that all the way around And I'll meet you at the end once I'm finished so we can continue on through here. Okay, everyone, so I'm pretty much at the end of the flowering. Make sure that we have enough. So we have 3 so far that is hooked. 1, 2, and 3. Remember, there's always 4 that's hooked. So we're at the last flower, 1 chain. We must come and hook on the first one we did here, remember? Because they all have 2 hooked in the same space. Come back, 1 chain, come back to the 3 double crochets, 1 chain, single, 1 chain, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to hook onto the first one that we had started. One chain, and do your shell. Turn it this way. Okay. Now we need to work on all of the edges, right? We need to complete not all the edge. We've done only the bottom. Now we need to do the top, which is just 1 chain. Create your shell, 2 chain. Did I do 3? No. It's always good to look time to time to make sure that we are not short. Oops. So basically now it's just finishing up all the edge all the way around. So we've closed up the same way as we've been closing all of the other ones. 1 chain, go in, single, 1 chain. Where we have the 3 chain on the leaf, we do our shells. So no different than continuing to go all the way around like that. So I'm just joining my shells. And then continuing again till we get to where we have the 3 and the 3. We're going to complete those shells. So now we are where we have the 3 double crochets, so we have to complete it. One chain, I'm going to come in here like that and then come directly right inside. So you guys understood what I did, right? Just going to take it out again and show you. Do 1 chain, come in where the chain is there, close it up with slip stitch, do 1 chain, come back in, and continue to complete the other shell on the other flower. So now we have our flowers completed there. One chain and continue the same way. So we're going to do it like this all the way around, the same way as we've been doing. I will show you one more time once I get here again, just to make sure that you understood what I said. Okay, so I've done my single and my one chain. I'm coming in where we have those 3 double crochets, remember? So we're going to complete the shell. So that's the 3, 1 chain, and I'm coming right in where we have that 1 chain there that we did to go into the other one. Slip stitch, 1 chain, come back on the other flower and complete the other shell on the other flower. So very simple, nothing to it. And then just continue. So you're going to repeat that all the way around with all the flowers, and then I'll meet you at the end so we can proceed with almost the finishing of this pattern, of this centerpiece, which is gorgeous, I believe. I love it. I'm sure you guys will too. So how pretty that's looking already. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've arrived at the end and I've closed in on the 2nd chain where we had started a single and 2 chain. I closed in with a slip stitch. I'm going to do the walk. I call it the walk, with a slip stitch to the center of my shell. I'm going to create a shell where my shell is. So single, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 more double crochet. So we'll have the shell where the shells are. No chain space. I'm going to come in where I have that single in between the leaf, and I'm going to do sorry, not a single, a double crochet. No chain space. Coming in where I have my single, I'm doing a double crochet. Chain 2. I'm going to create a V where I have my single here, like that. No chain space. I'm coming in where I have my shell and continue to do my shell, and I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other ones here, the same way as we just did. 2 chain and 3 double crochet. My neighbors are still having construction, so if you hear any construction noise, I have no control of that. I apologize for that. Coming into the single, double crochet, 2 chain, we're creating the V, coming back in where the single is, and a double crochet. So now we have V's where the singles are. No chain space, and create your shell again. I'll meet you here so I can let you know what we're doing next. So I'm coming in to my single just before the 2 flowers. I'm creating my V where I have the single. Now we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to come into the space. So we're going to do a single right between the 2 flowers. Chain 3 again, 2 and 3. Coming in where we have the single and create our V. We're going to repeat this process all the way around the same way. So no chain space here where we do the shell. And then I'll meet you at the end once we go all the way around. So I'll show you in a second again. created my shell. Okay, so we're going to do shell, no chain space. We're going to create a V on the single right behind the leaf. No chain space, create a shell, the V again, the shell, the V, 3 chain, come in the center between both flowers with a single 3 chain, create the V on the single, and the shell's on its place. So we're going to do that all the way around, and then I'll come back and meet you here. So all you have to do is just look at your first one that's done and repeat the same thing in case you're confused, or just rewind the video a bit. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. We're going to do the walk again with a slip stitch, as I call it, to the center of the shell. We're going to do a shell, single 2 chains, create your shell so that stays the same, 2 chain space, and another 3 double crochet. We're going, so we created the first shell. Where we have the V, we're going to create the shell but with 2 double crochet only. So I'm coming in, so I've done 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet, okay? And then continue to proceed your normal shell the same way with 3 double crochet. It's going to be like this all the way around. The only difference is in between the flowers will have a different. So back into the V, we're going to create a V with 2 double crochet only, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to meet you here. Okay, so we finished doing the last shell there. Okay, so we have normal shell with 3 double crochet. In the V we have 2 double crochet shell, regular shell, 2 double crochet shell, only on the V's. But this V here, we're going not to do shells. So I'm going to do chain 3. I'm going to come in the last V. This is between the flowers, and it's going to be repeatedly like this all the way around with a single. Chain 2, and we're coming into the next V on the next flower with a single. So it's going to stay like that. And then we proceed. It's getting heavier. So 1, 2, 3, same thing as we did here. So coming down 3 chains, single in the V, 2 chain, into the next V with a single, 3 chain, and create your normal shell again. So we're just going to repeat the shells the same way as we did the first flower. So this is a normal shell with 3 double crochet, so we'll proceed with 3 double crochet. Because it's the same, that's why I'm going fast. So in the V, we're doing only 2 double crochet shells, 2 chain, and 2 more. Okay, so we're going to repeat the normal shell only when we get in between. So we do the last normal shell here. We have the V right after before going into the next flower. Chain 3, single, chain 2 in the center, single, chain 3, normal shell. Exactly how we did here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I've done a single. I'm going to do the walk with a slip stitch to the center. This time it's going to change a bit. This is the before last row. We have one more row after this, and it will be with leaves. So in the first shell, where we usually do shells, we're going to do a single only, and we're going to do 2 chain. We're going to come in into the 2 shell double crochet. We're going to do the shell where we have the 2 double crochet shell with 3. Okay, so this row will be shells of 3 all the way through the end. We're going to do 3 double crochets where we have, so we closed in, we did the walk with a slip stitch, a single, 2 chain. Gonna do 2 chain again and create your shell here again. So on the first shell will be a single, and on the last shell will be a single. The rest stays the same, just shell over shells with 3 double crochets, 2 chain space between them, 1, 2 chain. Coming into the shell of 2, we're going to create 3. So repeat that, and I'll meet you here on the last one. So I've done my 2 chain, and I'm on my last shell. We're going to do a single. So we're always going to have a single at the beginning, the first shell, and the last. That means we have 3 shells in the center. We're going to do now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. We're going to come where we did the 2 chain right on the center with a single, and then 6 chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Doing a single, like I mentioned, on the first shell and on the last shell. 2 chain space and create your shells all the way to the end. Remembering that the last shell will be a single, exactly like we just did at the beginning. So we'll have 3 groups of shells in the center of each flower. 2 chain and shell again. 1, 2, 3 double crochet. All of them are the same. 1, 2, and 3. Create your shell, and I'll meet you here again just to explain to you again. So we have 2, we have 1 more shell, and then the last one is a single. So we're reaching on the last shell. I did my 2 chain. I'm doing a single and chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming in the center of the 2 chain between the 2 flowers. Single and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you can, and of course a single on the first shell of the next flower. You can, next row, I still have to add some pearls here. I have some done and some I still have to complete. This last row that we're going to do, it's going to be of leaves. Now you can choose whatever color you want. You can leave it in white, or if you're using white, or you can do the green, or you can do the red. It's really up to you. I'm still indecisive which color I'm going to use. I guess I will decide when I'm done. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've closed in with a slip stitch. And there's never a dull moment here. It's either construction or dogs or cats, you know. So, again, I apologize, but that's how it is, right? So, I'll close in with just slip stitch on the single, right, where we have the 6 chains. I'm coming in with red. I decided to go with the flat red. That means on one color red, just to make my pattern outstand a little bit more. Not that it really needs to. I think it's already giving that whole punch, but anyway. So we're going to do exactly what we did here. We're going to do a 5 chain. So single. Try to hide my thread at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back into the single. Close it in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain. Come back in. So I'm doing an 8 chain on this one instead of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And come back in. We'll be having 5 leaves like this per flower. 1 chain. I'm going to come in and do a single in between. 1 chain. Start that again. I think it works out better this way. Okay, so do your 5 chain, 8 chain, 5 chain, and I'll meet you again. So I've done my second group. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to come in the center of my 2 chain, do a single, 1 chain again, come in my next shell, and create again my leaves. So I've created my third one chain, single, one chain, and again create your leaf, and then one chain. We're going to do a single, one chain, and we're going to create the leaf here on the single exactly how we started. So you should have 5 sets of leaf. I'm going to continue until the single and do my last leaves here and then come back to you. So I have my 5 sets of leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, maybe 4 chain I think is best, and I'm going to come where the single is. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, and I'm coming on top of the single again on the next flower, and I'm going to do my leaves again. So pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how it's going to be all the way around, and we're pretty much done with this pattern. I am going to block it, and I use laundry softener in a small spray bottle. Just spray it, stretch it. You can let it dry on this flat place, or you can light iron over it and have them fixed up. But of course, you're not going to be ironing over pearls, right? I will have the little video on display at the end with it on top of my table. So let me know what you think of the pattern, remembering that if you use smaller thread, it is much smaller doily, and I have created in other colors in number 10 at Lydia, and it was just beautiful small doilies. I mean, this is big, and my thread is smaller than at Lydia number 3. So imagine at Lydia number 3 how huge this is, but it's a beautiful table center. So I'll see you until next time. Stay tuned for the little video at the end. I thank you. I hug every single one of you. Thank you so much. Miss Nancy McDonald, thank you so much for your donation again. And as you know, that in the shorts they added the super thanks donation, or tips, if you want to call it that way, for the creators to help them out. Where does this money go towards? It goes towards lighting, it goes towards thread, it goes towards hooks, pearls, glues, gun glue, you name it. That's when we receive donations, that's where it goes through. I also ask of you to help out the women in need of thread. They're in desperate need, and gratefulness and thank you is not even enough for the ones that already have pulled through and continue to. Thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And if you can, please share it. Let us all grow together as one big family. I send you much love and peace. And any suggestions, opinions, or you're stuck, you have my Instagram, my Facebook page, TikTok, you name it. And my email, of course. Everything will be listed below. Now, remembering that part 1, the centerpiece, is one size. Now, we added this. So this will be a different size now for the centerpiece. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.